Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. So we will recap the indie showcase we missed yesterday. I'm guessing we'll get an amount of news about that today. So we'll see what we see in the news segment, and then we will. It looks like it's pretty long, probably about. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what everybody wants to do. It looks really long, actually. We're talking like close to about 3 hours long. So I don't know if everybody actually wants to watch this or not. If you do, I'm cool with it. It doesn't really matter to me. Whatever you guys want to do. So, we'll do our news segment, and then if you guys want to watch the ID at Xbox showcase, the indie showcase, we love the indie devs and everything, so that's cool. We'll do that, and then we'll get a little bit of day 3 of Cult of the Lamb, or we can just skip the rewatch of the showcase. I would kind of like to watch it, so but whatever you guys want. So. Let's do what we do. Let's get in here and take a look at what's going on in the world of gaming. We talked about this yesterday. Yep. Talked about that too. PC Game Pass will now tell you how long it takes to beat games. Probably on average. That's all it could be, really, is on average for people that on the platform have also already beaten the game. So that's actually pretty cool. Take a look at that. Xbox Game Pass adding one of 2021's most popular games. See what that is. Dragon Quest Manga's video game adaptation. Something going on there. Let's see. Yes, VR2 is about to breathe new life into virtual reality. Let's see what's going on there. Tokyo Game Show Xbox Stream 2022 news and updates. See what's coming out of the Tokyo Game Show. This game show is like days long. That's why we're just going to be probably covering most of it in news segments and like probably short videos that we get out of the news segments, not actually going back and watching lengthy VODs of it or anything. It's multiple days long. Sims 4 is going free to play. That's news. Lost Judgment and Judgment PC releases now live. We already talked about that. Is this official? We've already kind of hit on this. We'll see if this is official or not. Overwatch 2 reveals new hero. 2 big farming games are one-upping Stardew Valley. Let's see what's going on there. If this is official, Yeah, it is official. That's an official reveal in the new Overwatch character. So we'll take a look at that. We had already seen some leaked info on that, but that's official. So we'll see what we got. Various Day Life. The Galaxy brained version of Square, one of Square's games. Let's see what this is. Has Take Two? I'm not gonna die. That's just speculate. It'll take time to tell. Has Take Two Interactive devolved into a one-trick pony? Um, Publisher owns one of the most lucrative video game franchises in Grand Theft Auto. But it's a publisher. It's not the developer, right? I mean, I think the bigger question is, has Rockstar turned into a one-trick pony? That's the bigger question. They don't seem like they want to do really hardly anything else besides GTA anymore, so. GTA 5 producer reacts to video games integrating cryptocurrency. Rumors are doing the rounds that Rockstar Games' production, Grand Theft Auto 6, might integrate cryptocurrency in its gameplay. Oh, man. Looks like G4 has canceled some streams amid layoff reports. That's rough. Here's the 8 announced, official title revealed. Let's see. EA Sports College Football details and release month leaked. Here's the thing to take into consideration. We talked about GoldenEye 007 coming to both Switch and Xbox yesterday. The article we read was like, play it on Xbox over Switch. Apparently, potentially the Xbox version is going to be a bit nicer looking. Have a bit of an enhanced fidelity graphically. So there's that. But you also can't play Xbox on handheld, right? So I mean, what do you want? It seems like playing GoldenEye on a handheld would be kind of cool. So it just depends on what you're looking for, you know. Halloween Ends release date trailer, latest news. Let's see. New Sonic Frontiers trailer reveals first look at Supersonic. Yeah, we saw the Tekken 8 trailer. It looked pretty cool, but it just looked like a cinematic. It didn't look like a whole lot of actual gameplay footage, so. Deathloop is coming to Xbox. Um, I'll pull this up and we'll keep this over here. Okay. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Modern Warfare 2 wants your phone number before you can what? Let's see what that is. That's enough. Let's stick with that. Modern Warfare 2 wants your phone number before you can play on PC. What? Activision Blizzard has released the system requirements of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's open beta, including the rather oddball insistence that PC players must have their phone number linked to their Battle.net or Steam account. I doubt Bobby Kotick's going to be using it for late-night booty calls, but all the same, what a great piece of writing there. Why does a game need your mobile number to run on your PC? Beta access is, as ever, predicated on pre-orders, and it is more likely early access to a finished product than a beta. So these requirements can be taken as applying to the final game. The biggest surprise is how relatively modest the requirements are for one of the biggest series in gaming. Modern Warfare 2 will run at minimum specs on a GTX 960, a card that launched in January of 2015. Recommended requirements. Your main things are going to be a GTX 1060 or a Radeon RX 580. Still, that's quite old for a GPU. And an Intel 4770K or a Ryzen 7 1800X. That's not bad. There isn't a huge step up between the minimum and the game's recommended settings. Expect Modern Warfare 2 to have plenty of options for the graphics lovers and their mighty rigs. PC players who pre-order will be able to access the open beta from September 22nd through 26th. Those who pre-order will also have early access to the Modern Warfare 2 campaign on October 20th, 1 week before the game launches on October 28th. Yes, it's enough to make you nostalgic for a time when games had one release date. Yo, Mamzel, what's up, my friend? How are you? How you feeling? You're okay. That's odd. Yeah. I'm sorry. That sucks. I kind of feel the same way. I didn't get very much rest last night, so I'm a bit spent right now. But I hope it goes better than you think it's going to. I hope. Various Day Life is the galaxy-brained version of a Square Enix name, and no one can believe it's real. What? Square has announced that Various Day Life is coming to Switch, PC, and PS4 during yesterday's Nintendo Direct. Now nobody seems to be able to get over the title. Various Day Life was originally released for iOS via Apple Arcade in 2019. Think of it as a traditional JRPG where you engage in turn-based battles with a party of 4 characters. Various Day Life got a mediocre response at launch, but it's now on Switch and PC for almost $30 US. Will be coming to PS4 on September 16th. Various Day Life, the game was developed under the leadership of Tomoya Asano, and it has appropriately named production group Team Asano, who you'll probably know best as the folks behind titles like Bravely Default, Bravely Second, Octopath Traveler, and Triangle Strategy, all names that have been pretty relentlessly mocked over the years. But hey, at least you connect the Bravely games to their gameplay systems, Octopath Traveler to its 8 protagonists, or Triangle Strategy to its plot revolving around 3 warring factions. Various Day Life could mean anything. A trailer tagline describes it as an RPG of everyday life and adventure, and that seems to be what the title is going for. But listen, I'm living out some Various Day Life as we speak. The broader internet's reaction to the name has been similarly confounded. Okay, I'm sorry. Various Day Life is the... Dude, stop. God, I hate that. The most title of all time. You might as well have just called it Time Location. Various Day Life. The name guy at Square Enix is truly drunk on power after Triangle Strategy got approved. Yeah. Pretty rough, dude. For my part, I can't tell if I love or hate various day life. I'm going to pull back the curtain on video game news writing so you can get an idea of the level of obsession this title brings me. When somebody at Games Radar writes a news post, we present a list of potential headline options in a group chat for everyone to provide input. Here are the rejected headlines for this story. Oh. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's a pretty terrible title. GTA 5 producer reacts to video games integrating cryptocurrency. Here we go, man. Rumors are doing the rounds that Rockstar Games' production Grand Theft Auto 6 might integrate cryptocurrency in its gameplay. Speculations are rife that mafia bosses will reward the main character in GTA 6 with cryptocurrency after completing their missions. The gossip turned into a frenzy on social media with GTA pages going overboard by spinning new rumors. However, despite all the noise and banter, Rockstar has not confirmed or refuted the rumors and chose to remain mum. Rockstar has never given out statements on rumors, and their game development is hard to be leaked online. Nonetheless, the former president of Rockstar North, a subsidiary of Rockstar Games, Leslie Benzies, who helmed GTA 5, reacted to cryptocurrency and NFT concerns. Benzies, who now helms the ambitious-sounding game title Everywhere, is hiring for blockchain-specific positions. The game has 3 open positions on blockchain and NFT specifically. You can read more details about Build a Rocket Boy Production Games hiring blockchain positions here. Excuse me. The upcoming game Everywhere was unveiled during Gamescom. However, the studio released a statement saying that the blockchain positions are open for research positions only. When pressed about the blockchain openings for Everywhere, Benzies was put in a spot at Gamescom to respond. He said they are not trying to make a normal game and will create a whole new world for gamers where they can play, watch, share, create, and hang. Yeah. Just same exact thing everybody, all devs say that they're going to do, right? Create a whole new place for. It's a whole new world, right? It's a whole new world. Might as well just be in Aladdin. However, Benzie spoke about Everywhere game integrating cryptocurrency and not GTA 6. The former Rockstar Games president avoided questions related to GTA. Spoke about his upcoming game Everywhere, which is touted to be released in 2023. Everywhere is an upcoming open-world video game developed by Build a Rocket Boy Production. The video game is still in development and will have a cooperative multiplayer. It is reported that Everywhere could compete with Grand Theft Auto and challenge its position in the open-world gaming segment. However, whether Everywhere will be a success or fail will be known only after it's released. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Great news. Yakuza 8 announced, official title revealed. Developer RGG Studio and Sega have officially announced Yakuza 8, though likely not in the way that fans of the series might have been expecting. More specifically, RGG and Sega announced Like a Dragon 8, a sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon that seemingly drops the Yakuza branding altogether. Yakuza Like a Dragon protagonist Ichiban Kasuga returns in the sequel, but so will longtime Yakuza protagonist Kiryu Kazuma. Did I pronounce that right? I don't even know. Like a Dragon 8 will release for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC in 2024. According to the announcement today ahead of the Tokyo Game Show 2022, Like a Dragon 8 will feature Ichiban and Kiryu as dual protagonists. It will also use the turn-based combat system introduced in Yakuza Like a Dragon as opposed to the action RPG combat of previous Yakuza video games. The first trailer for Like a Dragon 8 features both protagonists with their updated looks for the new title, and Kiryu specifically has changed things up a bit with his hair since the last time he was seen. Check it out, embedded below. This.
久しぶりだな、イチ。はじめまして、春日一番さん。こいつ見た。ちとお会いしないうちに大所帯になったんですね。
危険だけど、やるしかないわね。私はあなたと同じ下着なのだ。おかわりない。
I need to play the Yakuza games. They're supposed to be really, really good. And I have never touched a single one of them.
悔いのねえようにしろよ。やるしかなさそうだな。よっしゃ行こうぜ。キリさん。
Oh, there you go. A sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon has been expected, so the announcement itself isn't a huge surprise after the first glimpse at Like a Dragon 8 earlier this year. Ryu Gadaku's predecessors have passed down their beliefs and know how to each and every staff member. My bad. You can witness it in the recently released Lost Judgment, and we'll see it in the upcoming sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon, which will continue Ichiban Kasuga's story. RGG director Masayoshi Yokoyama previously stated that when a sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon was first confirmed last year in a larger post about restructuring at the developer. Quote, this game is currently being developed by producer Sakamoto and directors Hori Ito and Matake. I myself, along with Takuchi and Furuta, are working on the story. As noted above, Like a Dragon 8 is set to release for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, and PC in 2024, with no definitive release date announced as of yet. With that release date being so far away, grain of salt there. I mean, that's an entire 365 days of 2024, so I don't know. A lot could change. It's a long ways in the future, and that's a big window too. So, EA Sports College Football details and release month reportedly leaked. The first concrete details for EA Sports College Football may have leaked online via reliable sources. Although there are numerous sports games, there are few that hold such power in the industry like the NCAA football franchise. The EA Sports series ran for a full 20 years before ending with NCAA Football 14 on Xbox 360 and PS3 in 2013. The series ended after no shortage of controversy surrounding college players not being compensated for their likenesses in video games and other products. Of course, this was a major issue given how well the series performed, and athletes in other video games like Madden are compensated accordingly. Nevertheless, following a change in the rules that allow college players the ability to be compensated, EA has confirmed it's bringing the franchise back, and it may not be too long until we get to play it. As reported by The Athletic, which corroborated reporting from Extra Points and 247 Sports, EA will reportedly release EA Sports College Football. God. Can somebody else take the title other than EA? God. In July of 2023, and will only be available on Xbox Series XS and PS5. The game is reportedly expected to be the most detailed college football game ever. Of course, that's what EA says. And why wouldn't it be? I mean, nobody else has been able to make a college football game since 2013. How would it not be? And will be built on the Madden engine, of course, allowing for plenty of next-gen detail. Although there are some things that are still being finalized, EA is aiming to include school-specific music and traditions on a per-school basis and real players, though the latter is very much up in the air right now. According to the report, EA Sports College Football is not a reskin of Madden and will include key NCAA franchise elements such as a transfer portal, dynasty mode, and road to glory. Things like mascot matches have yet to be determined, however. As always, none of this has been confirmed by EA, and if true, the game is still a full year away, meaning anything can change. A lot is riding on EA's return to college football, however. A rushed cash grab will not do the publisher any favor, especially as the yearly reception to Madden continues to spiral in the eyes of fans. 2K is working on its own new football game, fantastic, which only increases the stakes. Whether or not EA's return to be triumphant remains to be seen. Hopefully we'll hear more about it next spring. I think 2K's football game is some kind of like, is this like the VR kind of thing? Maybe? What is this? Yeah, won't be straightforward football games like players are accustomed to from EA because they can't be. Because of the deal that EA has with the NFL, there are certain things that 2K can't do with their NFL games. Partnership with EA remains intact as well, the publisher said, so don't expect the Madden NFL games to be going anywhere anytime soon in the wake of the new partnership. Yeah. We'll have to see what they. There's not a whole lot of news about them right now, but we'll figure it out. Yo, my bad, dude. Yeah. What's up, Wick? How are you, buddy? I don't have my headset on, dude. Let me do that. Let's do that. Sorry, bro. There we go. Now I can hear door knocks. All right. God. I wish somebody else, some decent developer would take that over EA. But I knew it was going to be them. We all did. So tired of EA. Halloween Ends, release date, trailer, latest news, cast, everything you need to know. Halloween Ends is billed not only as the ending of David Gordon Green and Danny McBride's Halloween sequel trilogy, but also the end of the battle between Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie Strode and her tormentor, the evil and seemingly indestructible killer Michael Myers. Played once more by Nick Castle and James Jude Courtney. This is just for the movie. Yeah, okay, well. Housekeeping. Housekeeping. You want a pillow? New Sonic Frontiers trailer reveals first look at Super Sonic. Sonic Frontiers developer Sega has released a new trailer for the upcoming video game that shows new footage from the title. The trailer dropped ahead of Tokyo Game Show 2022, most notably showcases a fight against the Titanic enemy, with Sonic initially having some trouble with it. That is until he uses the Chaos Emeralds to go Super Sonic. Yeah, dude, I didn't get much sleep last night. Yeah. Feeling super great. Fairly obvious, huh? Yeah. Pretty sluggish. That's right. It would appear that Supersonic is back in Sonic Frontiers. Yeah, I'm drinking it. Don't think EA can take all the blame. Elaborate for me, gamer. We can discuss. Yeah, elaborate for me, man. Given that the premise of the video game seems to be Sonic traversing Starfall Islands in search of the Chaos Emeralds, in addition to his missing friends like, that's right. It would appear that Supersonic is back in Sonic Frontiers. Given that the premise of the video game seems to be Sonic traversing Starfall Islands in search of the Chaos Emeralds, in addition to his missing friends like Amy and Tails, it isn't exactly shocking that Supersonic would make an appearance. The form essentially harnesses the gem's power to give Sonic a serious boost and a golden sheen. You can check out what Supersonic looks like in Sonic Frontiers, as well as the fight against the giant enemy in the new trailer embedded below. God, that's loud, dude. Twitter, why? Why are you busting people's eardrums? That's Sonic music. DMCA Sonic music. Immediately, anytime I hear music like this, I'm going DMCA. Copyright. Copyright. Apparently, yeah. 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 Well, that's probably gonna have to be muted in the upload. Check out an official description for Sonic Frontiers below. Sonic's new journey begins when him and his friends, Amy and Tails, head to the Starfall Islands in search of Chaos Emeralds. As they approach the island, sudden trouble hits their plane and they are sucked to a dimensional portal. Sonic then finds himself separated from his friends and awakens in a strange digital world, cyberspace. He miraculously escapes cyberspace, arrives on Kronos Island, one of the Starfall Islands full of ancient ruins where strange enemies roam. It is then up to Sonic to explore the Starfall Islands, find his lost friends, and uncover the mysteries around him. Sonic Frontiers is set to release for PS5, 4, Xbox Series X, S, and 1, Nintendo Switch, and PC on November 8th. Yeah, I mean, that's actually it. Did you guys see the newest Sonic movie? Because that's the same thing he does in it. I mean, spoilers, I guess, but you know, he goes all Super Saiyan, if you will, at the end of that too. Yeah. So, same kind of deal, yeah. Deathloop coming to Xbox. Deathloop was released, sorry if that was a spoiler. Deathloop was released as a PS5 exclusive and then for PC, but what about poor old Xbox? Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. First things first here. Here's a very brief overview of Deathloop so you can check if you even care about this game. Deathloop is a first-person, mostly single-player. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have blasted that out there. I've just figured the movie had been out long enough now, though, if somebody was going to watch it, they had seen it. I'm dumb and tired. Apologies. Deathloop is a first-person, mostly single-player shooter set in a psychedelic urban environment, and it incorporates stealth and parkour. There's a multiplayer mode, but it is quite limited and probably closest to a Souls game. You can sort of invade another player's world and take them out. So what do you think? Still interested in Deathloop? Blah. Deathloop spotted on Xbox. Deathloop has been spotted on the Xbox homepage ahead of its official release. This was just an accident on Xbox End, but if they're already uploading thumbnails of Deathloop to the Xbox store, then this is 100% happening. Here was the Twitter user who first spotted the mistake. Boom. There it is. The PS5 exclusivity deal with Deathloop ends in a matter of days. So if we had to guess, we would assume official confirmation of this news is coming this week. And if Deathloop is coming to Xbox, then eventually it's probably coming to Game Pass. After Sony's resounding dominance in the post-360 era, it looks like the tides are finally turning. Are you on one side or the other? Or maybe you're a member of the PC Master Race. Looks like Stray could be coming to Xbox and Switch soon. How long has EA been doing what they do? The last thing I watched on Madden 23 was from Angry Joe show. Not familiar, but as usual, he went off on everything wrong with EA in the game. Yeah, I get it. EA is terrible. Madden is always the way it is. Seems to never change. Crazy thing. Well, yeah. I mean, absolutely. Look, I mean, Madden's one of those games I used to play back until about what was it? I stopped playing it around 2007. So I could already see it trending badly. And then same thing. I mean, I've talked about this a lot too, the NHL games. It's the same thing, you know? But, I mean, that's what it takes, right? It takes people looking at what the company does poorly and the fact that it keeps trending negatively and deciding to actually take a stand and not support. To go, you guys are crap. You're not showing positive trends in this title that I love. You're showing negative trends and decide to ultimately take a stand and not support it anymore. And I mean, the thing that's hard about that is I think it's that mentality that, well, who else is going to do it? It won't really matter, right? I think that's the mentality that most people have. It's, I could do that, but it won't really matter, right? And ultimately, I mean, you guys know how I feel. I don't think it matters much, but I still do what I do because it means something to me. And so I think that's kind of a better mentality for people to have about it is if you're actually passionate about a certain kind of game and a developer's doing a bad job at that game, um, and it's tough again, especially when certain developers are the only ones making those games, whether it be a game like the wrestling franchise. Now we're finally getting another addition in AEW to the AAA space of wrestling games. But forever, there's only been the WWE games, right? And they've been a hot mess every time they come out, and they're not quick to fix anything, because why should they be? There's no competition. Same thing with the EA, a lot of the EA games, right? We've talked about it a lot, and you're not wrong, but that's the big debacle. That's the big debacle, man. Um, yeah, people want to complain a lot, but they don't you know they just keep feeding into the corporate greed monster that produces that title that they want to complain about all the time. Yeah, I mean you definitely kind of nailed it. I mean, I feel like if you're going to keep supporting said company in that title, then I don't feel like you should really have any room to be complaining about it. If you keep feeding them money, um, then I feel like you should just keep your mouth shut. You know, ultimately, uh, I understand it's a hard thing because you don't really have any other place to go to play those specific types of games. So you kind of have to if you want to play that specific genre, whether it be NFL game or it used to be whatever FIFA. Now there will be two FIFA games, soccer. Yeah. Uh, well, here's the other thing though. There's a lot of anti-competitive stuff that goes on in the gaming industry, and the gaming industry is getting absolutely random mode time, absolutely massive, right? Um, so I don't know what the ultimate answer is, but I mean, one thing that should probably be, and we've read, we've discussed and read about this a little bit, um, is just some kind of actual board of you know elected by the public, trusted and respected members to head up an organization that oversees anti-competitiveness within or all around the gaming industry, right? Um, and tries to go about, you know, actually pursuing these kinds of interests to keep things like this happening that EA has had an absolute stranglehold on forever, and um, it allows them to just create subpar products on a yearly basis, and it makes people feel really backed into a corner because they love those games for what, not necessarily what those game, not the quality that EA produces, but what the content is. It's a very, very tough situation. I don't know what the answer is, but um, petitions. You know what EA would do with a petition? They would wipe their butt with it, dude. I mean, ultimately, that's what EA would do with a petition, dude. Oh well, I mean, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that there are a lot of people that work for EA, developers that work for EA, that would like to produce a better product. I have no doubt in my mind that there are some very, very, very talented, uber talented individuals that work for a company like EA or Blizzard or Activision Blizzard, or Bethesda, and they have some just probably groundbreaking ideas for what could be incorporated into games to elevate what they are for the player, for the community, and the lovers of these games, but they get shot down. I have no reserves about that notion. I think that is an absolute 100% guarantee. So that's not lost on me. It's the greed monster. It's the people that run the company, and what these massive developers have turned into. And again, I mean, kind of what we're going to be watching and discussing today is the indie dev showcase. We talked about this the other day. Thank God for indie devs, right? Thank God for indie devs that have actually been the ones, for the most part, not totally. Well, again, I mean, I know that I mean, I understand, and I get this reaction from you a lot about what's the point in complaining. If everybody just turns a blind eye, then that's not good either, dude. You know, if everybody just acts like nothing's wrong, that's not good. You see what I'm saying? We have to at least identify that there's a problem, and yeah, so know that it's not fun listening to people complain about stuff, but we have to try to hold these developers responsible and get them to try to. I mean, change has to start somewhere, right? It has to start somewhere. PC Game Pass will now tell you how long it takes to beat games on the service. Microsoft is integrating data from the website How Long to Beat into Game Pass. The company announced its partnership with the IGN-owned website Wednesday, saying it will update the Xbox app on Windows to give Game Pass subscribers time estimates on the game details page for most of the service's titles on PC. How Long to Beat is a community-driven website that specializes in calculating the amount of time it takes to play through games, depending on your playstyle. If you just want to get through the main story for Death Stranding, for example, it will take you 40 hours to see the credits roll. If you're a completionist and want to finish the main story, side quests, and unlock every single achievement the game has to offer, it will take you 113 hours, which is a little less than 5 days to achieve 100% completion. In addition to seeing playtime details upon clicking View Details, users will be able to submit their own times and see community reviews, playthrough notes, and data breakdowns based on playstyle and platform. They'll also have the ability to organize their game library and help other players clear their backlog. To help gamers play games on Game Pass even faster, Microsoft also improved the performance of the Xbox app. With the most recent update, the app now launches up to 50% faster, and we've also made some fixes for overall better responsiveness when you interact with key experiences in the app, said Jason Beaumont, Xbox's partner director of product management for player experiences and platform. We've seen crash-free sessions improve to 99.9%, and player reports of games that didn't download or didn't install successfully reduced by nearly half. The integration of How Long to Beat into Game Pass is a welcome change for players with busy lives. The website already shares completion times for the latest games on Twitter, so sharing those times on Game Pass titles will be even more helpful. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. All right, buddy. You have a good day, dude. Good talk. Good talk, man. Yeah, I know. I know. It's one of those rough situations. Get tired of hearing people complain. I know you do, man. But we can't turn a blind eye either. You have a good day, man. I hope you have a good day, buddy. Thanks for being here. Xbox Game Pass adding one of 2021's most popular games. One of 2021's most surprisingly popular games is finally coming to Xbox Game Pass in just a couple of short weeks. For the most part, Microsoft has already added a number of beloved titles that launched last year to Game Pass over the course of 2022. Games like Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Hitman 3, It Takes Two, and many others have been accessible on various tiers of the Xbox subscription service. Now, those who specifically are members of Game Pass for PC are set to get a new title that at one point took the world by storm. Confirmed during a new Xbox showcase that took place yesterday, it was announced that Valheim is set to finally come to Game Pass later this month on September 29. Yo, what a great game. For those unaware, Valheim is an open-world survival game from developer Iron Gate Studio that first launched in February 2021. Despite being an early access title, Valheim quickly found a massive audience on Steam and became one of the platform's biggest games. While the game is still in its early access phase, Iron Gate has continued to support the project with routine updates. Now it will be reaching an even larger audience thanks to Game Pass. While Valheim will only be playable on Game Pass for PC at the end of September, it is worth noting that a version of the game for consoles is in the works as well. Iron Gate had previously announced that Valheim will be coming to Xbox One, Series X, and S platforms at some point in 2023. Additionally, this iteration of Valheim will also be landing on Xbox Game Pass. So while Game Pass subscribers on console will have to wait a bit longer for Valheim, they can rest easy knowing that the survival title will land on Xbox platforms eventually. If you're not familiar with Valheim, there's a little gift for you. This game is awesome. Obviously, on Game Pass right now, or whenever it releases, you'll only be able to play it on PC. But if you have not played it, do yourself a favor and get ready to be stuck building forever. Just know that. Dragon Quest manga's video game adaptation gets simultaneous global release. Who wants another Square Enix announcement? Back in 2020, the company revealed a brand new Dragon Quest spin-off game based on the manga and anime Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai. 2 years later, we now know that the game developed by Game Studio and Kai Graphics is coming to Switch in a simultaneous worldwide release. No specific date has been announced for Infinity Strash. Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai yet, but we'll be getting more information during the Tokyo Game Show, which kicks off last night. Wait, what? On September 18th at 12:45 p.m. JST, we'll get a glimpse of the Temple of Recollection and Memento Bonds. Let's see what this is.
かつて神々が世界を作りたもうたばかりの時代、竜の神と魔族の神と人間の神は集まって話し合い、ある結論に達したんだ。それは竜の戦闘力と魔族の魔力と人間の心を持った究極の戦士を生み出すことだった。それがドラゴンの騎士だ。
負けるもんか。食らえ。これでも食らえ。アバンス。この勇気しかない。聞こえたわよ。
お前の力が欲しい。
頭が。行かなきゃ。誰かが僕を呼んでいる。そうだ。俺は大だ。火炎大だ。燃え尽きろ。回復ね。今日はクリッチョ。皆殺しにしてやる。会いに来てくれるわ。決めてやるぜ。これでとどめよ。最後にしよう。死んでも負けるわけにはいかん。このクソガキがただね。お前を倒す。 先生の技がどれだけすごいか。ぶちかわせたい。終わりだ。オーバーストラッ
If you're not familiar, I mean, Dragon Quest is a popular title, but like uber popular, especially in Japan and over in the eastern part of the world. Dragon Quest is huge. So I'm sure this is getting pretty hyped up. Cool. PlayStation VR 2 is about to breathe new life into virtual reality gaming. First impressions from Sony's impressive new hardware. In terms of technological and visual quality, this feels like one of the more memorable generation console leaps. Experiencing the difference in visuals between the PSVR 1 and the PSVR 2 brought back memories of graduating to the sparkly, sharp, high-definition games of a PS3 after spending years playing games on the PS2 in standard definition. Even the visuals afforded by my beefy PC VR rig seems to pale in comparison to some of the wonders I witnessed whilst inside the PSVR 2. You can watch me breathlessly gush over it in the video below. There's around 40 minutes, blah. I'll link this so you guys can take a look. What exactly did I find so great about the VR2, PSVR 2? What, in this individual's opinion, elevates it above the majority of consumer VR units on the market at the moment? Well, it's honestly hard to know where to start, as I was given such a generous amount of time. Okay, come on, man, get to it. Comfort factor, much lighter than expected, and very comfortable. Pretty easy to forget it's even there. Biggest criticisms I've seen about the headset: it wasn't standalone. You had to use a cable to connect to the PS5. Thankfully, the cable is a decent length, about 4.5 meters long. Supports 4K gameplay, 110-degree field of view, 90 to 120 hertz depending on the game. Eye tracking detects the motion of the user's eyes, and this data can be used in a variety of different ways. New to the PSVR 2 headset with Sense technology, which to tech noobs like me is big. Why are they sending a PSVR 2 to somebody that's a tech noob? What? It's basically a headset rumble. It's an optional feature that can be easily switched off in the PSVR 2's menu, but it's one that adds an extra layer of immersion to an experience. You want to feel like a stormbird has just swooped down within a meter of your head? I can tell you right now that with the Sense technology, this is absolutely possible. Cool. New Sense controllers are leagues ahead of the PSVR 1s. Gone are the days of controller drift or dodgy tracking because thanks to PSVR 2's inside-out tracking and the finger touch detection on the controllers themselves, any movements made in real life are accurately tracked in VR. And the controllers are comfortable too. Fit in the hand real nicely. Button spacing is such that fingers were always by the right buttons at the right time. That's probably going to depend on the shape of and size of people's hands, though, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Horizon Call of the Mountain looks cool, too. This is a lengthy article. I'm not going to... This is just what they found within the different games, too. I'm going to link this for you guys to take a look at. There's like a 40-minute video in there, too, if you want to take a look. There it is. PSVR 2, man. Looks like it might be decent. Tokyo Game Show Xbox Stream 2022. News and updates on 22 games from majority of Japanese developers. Stoutland coming to Xbox next week, and much more. Today we presented our Tokyo Game Show Xbox 2022 stream for Japan, fans in Japan across Asia and around the world. Shared updates on 22 games from Xbox Studios, Bethesda, and our developer partners. This included 13 games from developers in Japan, as well as 2 games developed in China. Thrilled to announce that, yeah, we already talked about Deathloop. Coming to Xbox Game Pass on September 20th. And that from today, which was yesterday, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony Anniversary Edition, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Fuga Melodies of Steel are all playable with Xbox Game Pass. Yep. Guilty Gear Strive is coming to Xbox Game Pass. Blaze Blue as well. Updates to Euden Chronicle 100 Heroes. Euden Chronicle 100 Heroes, the highest backed Kickstarter game of 2020, will be featured at Tokyo Game Show with an all-new gameplay trailer featuring dialogue from some of the Japanese voice actors who will be featured in the game. Stay tuned to Tokyo Game Show for an exclusive Xbox Euden Chronicle interview. Yeah. Pal World. This looks cool. From Pocket Pair, the creators of Craftopia, Pal World is a brand new multiplayer open-world survival crafting game where you can befriend and collect mysterious creatures called Pal in a vast world. Make your pals fight, build, farm, and work in factories. Pal World is, I'm pretty sure that dude. That sucks. Let's do this morning. Okay. Yeah, I think Pal World is the Pokemon-esque game that you kind of it's like a FPS, like ARPG, kind of got a bunch of different it's a mashup like Pokemon and stuff like that in it. Fuga Melodies are still available now with Game Pass. From CyberConnect 2 and available starting today with Xbox Game Pass, Fuga Melodies of Steel is an RPG where you place children, each with their own unique characteristics and skill at different gun turrets and a tank to fight against the enemy. CyberConnect 2 also showed off a brand new trailer for Fuga Melodies of Steel 2. Harness the power of the stars in Dyson Sphere program with PC Game Pass. Build the most efficient intergalactic factory and space simulation strategy game, Dyson Sphere program. Harness the power of stars, collect resources, plan and design production lines, and develop your interstellar factory from a small space workshop to a galaxy-wide industrial empire. Dyson Sphere program launches on October 13th with Game Pass. Exoprimal. Suit up, Exo Fighters. Sudden dinosaur outbreaks have engulfed the globe, and the only thing between them and humanity's extinction is you. Wield cutting-edge, customizable exosuit technology in a 5v5 team-based action game as your squad fights through unrelenting swarms of ravenous dinosaurs and other players in a variety of dynamic PvE and PvP missions assigned by the mysterious all-powerful AI Leviathan. War game begins when Exoprimal releases in 2023, coming to Xbox Series X, S, and One. Exciting updates for Naraka Blade Point. The Unchained Action Battle Royale for 60 players had an exciting August. The team expanded the world of Naraka with a new map, Holorath, added a new hero to the roster, and released the first chapter of a new PvE campaign mode called Showdown. During TGS, we shared the second chapter of Showdown will be available to players in October, and Yushin Ruins, a new area on the Holorath map, will soon be unveiled. Already available on Xbox Series X, S, and Windows PC with Game Pass and PC Game Pass. Naraka Blade Point will be released on Xbox One on December 22nd. Deeper dive into Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Fumijiko Yasuda, the Neo franchise director, and Masaki Yamagiwa, Bloodborne producer, joined us during TGS to discuss the latest Massacre action RPG from Team Ninja, Wulong Fallen Dynasty, coming to Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and Windows with Game Pass on day one in early 2023. And we talked about Deathloop already. Forza celebrates its 10th anniversary. Xbox Game Studios Playground Games are kicking off the celebration for the 10-year anniversary of Forza Horizon in October, sharing an all-new trailer showcasing the Horizon Festival's incredible journey, traveling across Colorado, France, Italy, Australia, Britain, and Mexico. Studio will be sharing more details around Forza Horizon's 10th anniversary next month. Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass game titles, number, features, and availability vary over time by region and platform. There we go. Sims 4 is going free to play. Something it should have done a long time ago. We expect this to be officially announced in a few hours, but for now, this is just a leak. However, it comes from a trusted source, so we're 95% confident in this one. For those who have just seen free and wanted to check this out, The Sims 4 has a pretty solid Metacritic rating. Should let you recreate all the old nonsense we used to get up to in earlier Sims games. So even if this isn't your usual genre, we think most gamers should get a few hours of fun. When it's free, what harm is there in trying? The thought here is that they're actually in the process of developing and might be quite a ways into The Sims 5. So making this free to play at this point is just probably a good move on their part to try to get more people in to experience what The Sims has to offer before the new game releases. Sims 4 will be going free to play on October 18th, according to Instant Gaming. They got the news from an insider at EA, and they've even suggested that EA themselves would confirm this news in a matter of hours. We all love free stuff. This is obviously great news, although it does seem like a move that EA should have made a long time ago. Sims is basically the perfect free-to-play game. Everyone will try it, and then there's almost a limitless amount of in-game cosmetics they can sell to make up the cost. There you go. Lost Judgment and Judgment PC release now live. If you're a fan of the Judgment series and wanted Judgment and Lost Judgment PC releases, your chances looked pretty grim for a while. Last year, the releases were apparently canceled due to a dispute with Takuya Kimura's talent agency, Johnny's. That situation now appears to have been rectified, but let's take a look into the whole situation. Why were they blocked? Thankfully, PC Gaming isn't where it once was. We're just going to get to it here. So, Judgment and Lost Judgment are now available on Steam. The jury's out on whether they're good ports, but Sega has had a fairly decent track record, so they should be good. They do have De Nouveau DRM, which apparently isn't great, so we'll have to see. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, if you've wanted to play these and you want to play them on PC, Judgment and Lost Judgment are there. If you want to read more about that, I'll give it to you. Like what all happened, why it took so long. It's in there. Overwatch 2 reveals new hero. We've already we saw unofficial kind of leak stuff about this. Here's the official stuff. Overwatch 2 developer Blizzard has officially revealed the latest and greatest hero set to join the upcoming free-to-play video games playable roster. The newest Overwatch 2 hero is officially Kiriko, a support hero that combines modern and traditional sensibilities alongside straightforward combat prowess and healing. She joins the previously revealed heroes Junker Queen and Sojourn as being part of Overwatch 2 when it launches for the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, S1, Switch, and PC on October 4th. The reveal of Kiriko will not be entirely surprising to some folks, as her existence was previously leaked through an unfinished cinematic. What that unfinished cinematic lacked, however, was details. For example, Blizzard has revealed that Kiriko grew up alongside both Genji and Hanzo, as her mother actually trained them. Blizzard has now also revealed her full kit, which you can check out below. I'll link it so you guys can take a look. Here. Developers of Overwatch 2 describe Kiriko as a battle healer in that she really wants to be in the thick of things, moving in and out while healing and dealing damage both in a hybrid role. Her primary ability, Healing Ofuda, fires Ofuda that home on allies to heal them. Her secondary fire throws a kunai that deals increased critical damage. While her Protection Suzu ability might seem incredibly powerful at first blush, granting invulnerability and a cleansing effect, it is brief and also features a relatively long cooldown. It's worth stressing, however, that Kiriko will not be immediately available to all players. Anyone that plays Overwatch 2 will have immediately access to both Junker Queen and Sojourn, but Kiriko specifically is part of the upcoming video game's free battle pass. Future new heroes will also work this way. She unlocks at tier 55 on it. Anyone that owns the original Overwatch will get Kiriko through their Founders Pack, which can be redeemed by logging into Overwatch 2 prior to the end of Season 2. Also, anyone that purchases the Premium Battle Pass for the first season will instantly unlock Kiriko. That said, she will not be available in competitive modes at the start, but will instead become available 2 weeks after the first season begins, which is how new heroes will work going forward. Yeah, Overwatch 2, all platforms basically on October 4th. All right. Two big farming games is the last article I have. And then we'll watch the indie showcase stuff. We'll just do it. Whatever. it is what it is. We'll finish the news, and then we'll watch the indie showcase stuff, and then get a little bit of gaming in. Two big farming games are one-upping Stardew Valley on non-binary representation. Harvestella and Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life are finally bringing more character creation options. Farming games were prevalent enough at yesterday's Nintendo Direct to give even the most ardent Stardew Valley fan pause. Two of the biggest titles on display are making some welcome strides for non-binary representation. Harvestella, Square Enix's union of farming RPGs and traditional JRPGs. Shadow dropped a demo during the Direct, and players quickly noted that there are 3 gender options during character creation: male, female, and non-binary. Your appearance options aren't locked behind the gender choice at all, so you can freely pick between appearances while having the game make use of whatever pronouns you decide on. Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life was also shown at the Direct, and it's also getting similar representation options. As confirmed in a press release, the game will give you the option to play as a male, female, or non-binary protagonist, and the devs note that you'll have all eligible marriage candidates available for romance regardless of that choice. Excuse me. Story of Seasons is this. Watch that real quick. We probably, we saw this during the Nintendo Direct yesterday, but it's fine.
Marvelous.
All right. Stardew Valley reinvigorated the genre in its release in 2016, and it helped to normalize same-sex marriage as an option among the many farming games that would follow. But even Stardew Valley's characters are locked to the gender binary, leading to mods offering the gender-neutral option becoming extremely popular. Neither Harvestella or A Wonderful Life are the first farming games to feature non-binary character creation. Indie game Pumpkin Days, released in 2021, advertises its non-binary character creator on its store page, and the sheer volume of indie farming RPGs means it's difficult to pin down just how many offer similar options, but it's still notable to see major publishers and long-running series tackling this kind of representation. Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life is a remake of the GameCube title Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, which in its original form only allowed you to play as a male character with female romance options. A re-release called Another Wonderful Life swapped the genders so that you could play a female character with male romantic partners. Common tactic for the series, but it wasn't until 2020's Friends of Mineral Town remake the series finally even allowed for same-sex romance. Right on, man. Progressive. Cool. That's it. That's it for today. So we'll move on. We'll watch the VOD of the Xbox Indie Game Showcase from yesterday, and then we'll probably do a little bit of gameplay. So, thanks to everybody that's part of this community and everybody that's part of the segment today, the new segment. If you're checking out the content on YouTube and you're enjoying it, please see what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself and everybody else that's part of this community when we go live at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day, and we start all of our streams out with video gaming news, all right? I don't know. Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll check out everybody tomorrow for September 16th edition of Video Gaming News. All right?